ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Formula Costco. It is time, it is finally time to kick off season number 6, and we are doing it with a bang in Australia with 16, possibly 17 runners. This should be exciting. I am, of course, Normie on Xbox, back with my usual suspects here in the booth. BB and Potato is first. BB and Potato, welcome back. Your first full season commentating. How are you feeling?
Pretty good about this one. Never seen one of these races on Australia from a spectating view in an F1 game, so it'll be fun. 14-turn road course, which I believe in the future it's going to 16 turns, so it'll be fun.
And then, new-ish to the booth, made his debut with the exhibition race in Baku last week, Mr. Josh Brown, who hung up the helmet and has now decided to join us in the booth. Josh, how are you feeling stepping into your full-time role for the second time?
Well, I'm not as knowledgeable as you two, so I'll try and keep my stuff brief, but hopefully I do better than I did, driving, because that didn't go very well.
All right, well, this race should be a fun one. We have a lot of storylines to go over. I think the main one is the amount of new blood that is in this league. We have some guys returning, some guys debuting, a lot to talk about, and of course the new teams as well, which we kind of covered last week, but has since been updated with all the new additions. So we have one of our new additions on track right now. I'm on board with him. Mr. Rooney said is in the Sauber, teammates with Gaming Jake, making his first laps here in Formula Costco. And then we have a couple of returnees, as I mentioned. Castron is back after a couple of seasons away. Sean also, after a couple of seasons away, is back. And then another new guy, Mr. Snowy, as Castron is the first one to put a lap up on the board. So how do you guys think all these new drivers, some guys returning, is going to affect the complexity of the races?
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting. It's depending on how you look at it, probably from the driver's perspective, a bad first race for the old guys, having a bunch of new guys in this kind of road course. Some tight corner. What is going? I guess that's just tire smoke. Okay. It's like a track that's going to be really tough for these guys that are new. I don't know the experience of guys like Rooney in F1 games, but I think either way it'll be really tough through these first couple of laps getting through here. I think we might see a couple of DNFs.
Yeah, I
I
think it's
hope
going to be
that's...
interesting.
Go ahead.
I think it's going to be interesting for sure because you have the core group of people who have been here for the first 5 seasons that have kind of learned on how to race with each other. And then you have some of the guys like Sean and then Castron coming back, and stuff may have changed with other people, or we've gotten people that they haven't raced with. And then we have all the new guys who, as Cheesy jumps to the top of the board for now, all the new guys who we don't know anything about really. So it's like a big melting pot of unexpected versus stuff that we already know. Like we know the usual suspects that are up there competing, but add in some stuff that we're not sure about completely. So it should be interesting to say the least.
Yeah, I think that's mainly why I'm excited for this race, is because there is a lot to talk about, a lot to cover, and of course we have the race Australia, which was a fantastic race last season, so should be very interesting. And one guy I forgot to mention, Skinny White Boy, also making his debut in the Haas, and we have 10 guys with times on the board. I was just about to say OP Cheeseman at the top, but Banjo takes P1 away.
Banjo on his flu game.
Yeah, on his a very sick trusting
race.
Banjo here tonight, but he's on the top of the board early. Cheesy Man in his new ride in McLaren, teammates with Cole now, is in second. NASCAR Fan jumps over to Ferrari to help Slurp out. Slurp sticks with Ferrari. Castron in the RB. Rooney, as we mentioned, in the Sauber. Skinny in the Haas. Aaron now in Alpine. Sean back in the Aston Martin, familiar territory for him. Logan in Mercedes now. He and Chan are our teammates. Snowy is Castron's teammate in the RB. Cole sticks with McLaren, Jake back in Sauber, McKinnon in the Alpine. Now DeMayo's jumped to Red Bull. His teammate is Rowdy, but Rowdy not here tonight, so JB is filling that role. JB P9 currently, as we have 12 people who have taken time. Chan and Slurp on the clock now. Chan just taking the green. Chan back in Mercedes for a second straight season. And already a lot of time down in qualifying, and as we see, the time at the top is very close together, but pretty spread out besides that. And qualifying going to play a much bigger role here than normal because of the amount of people we have in this race. 17 is compared to 8 in the exhibition, and then less numbers last season. So going to be very interesting to see how people can get through the field as well. As we watch Chan here go into Sector 2. Go ahead.
I think it was really interesting last season. A couple of the races, the most fun part of the race and battles to watch were near that points position where you'd have guys like Logan, and newcomers in the McLaren. What's his name? Aaron. There we go. Aaron Templin. Was a newcomer, and we saw a lot of guys battling, gaming Jake, and battling for that like final spot, 10th or 9th, every race for that final point. But it's going to be extended in this one. There's going to be some guys walking away with nothing that are pretty good here.
Yeah, it's really going to be a dogfight for points more than we've seen before at any stage in Formula Costco, especially because we've had some races where there's a lot of good attendance, but it really hasn't stuck. I think this time it's going to stick, and that's going to make points really, really valuable, especially with the prize money up for grabs, as we talked about last week. As we saw Chan jump to 7th there, we got Castro and Rooney back out for their second laps, and Slurp on the clock as well. Let's go watch his lap. Slurp, of course, just came up 6 points short of his third Formula Costco championship last season, looking to get back onto the top here in season number 6. And it's going to start with this race in Australia, which he's hoping to have better luck than last season.
Yeah, I've been watching Rooney because I wanted to see how he's running because he's one of the new guys, as we said. He looks really smooth. His time is a little, or at least his first lap that he ran was a little off, but he looks really smooth and he's running the track really well. So, looks like he can at least hold his own from what I'm seeing just by, and Skinny is the same.
Slurp to the top by
Speaking
a
of
lot.
Slurp,
P1
yeah, that's half a second almost.
For the Ferrari, yeah. And I also think it's interesting, we're seeing already how the importance of qualifying is, because usually in these races we see people either run a lap on intermediates or they just wait and run one lap at the very end. We've seen everybody except for a few put times on the board, and the guys that don't have times, Jake is out, McKinnon and DeMeo are both on flyers here, so everyone getting multiple runs in because they know how important starting position is in this race. As DeMeo went off the gravel there a little bit.
It got to some points last season where guys would barely put up a lap or just not qualify while being in a session because it wasn't really a big factor. I mean, you could start in the back and still be like a position away from points. But in this one, that's not the case. Starting in the back would be a really tough place to be.
DeMeo P1. The defending champion
Rooney,
goes to the top.
Looked like Rooney wheel hopped or hit the curb or something and went into the
Oh,
gravel
yeah, he went
and
around.
spun out.
Rooney's around.
Yeah. He had a big moment there. But yeah, DeMeo is up by just over 2/10.
Rooney in 8th, but not the start he was looking for to his Formula Costco career. His teammate Jake is on the clock.
He's the only one who doesn't have a lap yet, Jake.
But Jake is not using ERS, which tells me he is backed out of this lap already. So, our top 2 in the championship last season are 1-2 as Skinny retires with a 1:18.2. And he crashed in Sector 3, it looks like.
Yeah, I don't think he'll stay in 7th with that lap. You'll get a bunch of people that are lower that'll have better laps than that. He'll probably start around 11th or 12th if I had to guess.
I guess those guys, those rookies want to get that out of the way now. Don't have that happen in the race. Get those mistakes out of the way. But also, in turn, that's less time to learn the track. Like, it's going to be pretty blind for them going into this race if they didn't already put a lot of work in.
So, no surprise at the top. DeMeo, defending champion, won this race last season. Slurp P2 in the championship. Banjo always up there. Cheesy Man, a great qualifier. NASCAR fan. Who, actually, NASCAR fan won the pole for this race last season. So no surprise to see him in 5th. Castron is 6th. And everyone now has a time. Some of those not particularly competitive times. Like I guarantee you will see everybody run again pretty much, as McKinnon just clocked into 10th, 118.6 for him. Had a pretty solid run in the exhibition last week before running into trouble. I'm just kidding. He crashed like 50 times. Who else? Logan on track. Snowy is on the clock, coming to the line right now. Looking to improve on a 124, and he will not. As McKinnon, oh, he left. Did not retire.
I don't know.
This lap looks a lot better for
happened
Jake.
to
Let's
this?
see where he is able to clock in. And Jake going to jump to a 12th place with a 118.9 for the Sauber. As just behind him, here comes, that is Logan starting his lap.
Oh, Jake off track into the grass.
I think he was just getting out of
I don't know how
Logan's
that
way
happened.
there, but
Oh,
with
okay.
with
I
how many
flipped to and he was
people-
in the grass. I don't know how he got there.
with how many people are in this lobby, with 5 minutes left, we're going to see the track get really, really crowded really fast here. And some people might get their
Yeah,
laps
it's a pretty
messed
narrow
up. It's
track.
going to be really tough. So if I'm one of those guys, I'm probably going to go out in the next minute to try to get my lap in before the track gets crowded. Track already is decently populated with Castron, Rooney, Aaron, Jake, Sean, Logan, Snowy on track. Continue to watch Logan here, jump on board with him into sector number 3. Logan had a pretty solid season last season. Just looking for a little bit more competitive finishes out of the Mercedes. As he's in the grass there on the final corner. Not going to help the straight line speed at all here, but let's see where he's able to jump to. And he jumps to 9th still, 118.5. Good lap for Logan. Probably get one more run in if he wants it. Rooney on the medium tires here. Any strategy to that?
I don't know.
Maybe he's trying to
really-
see how they'd be for race pace
Yeah.
wise. That'd be my only guess.
There's a Mercedes around at sector 1. That's Chan, who is in the grass. Still yellows out, but they're cleared now. Under 4 minutes to go. And I imagine we'll see this grid probably flip a good bit.
Cheesy went off into the gravel there.
This looks like a pretty good lap for the RB of Castron. Just as I say that, he goes on the grass, of course, but around the final corner he comes. And to the line to see if he can improve on a 117.9, and he does not. 118.6. Banjo back out. Cheesy Man just coming to the line to start a lap. And I think this is going to be the time where we see everybody come back up for that one last run. .230 left in the first qualifying of the year. As we see the track getting really busy now, all but 4 cars out. As Cheesy backs out of his lap due to traffic in front of him. We're going to see that become an even bigger issue here, I imagine, pretty soon.
Oh, Aaron coming in didn't end up setting a lap out there, I don't think.
And just look at the bottom, how many cars are on the track right now. It is going to be very hard for anyone to get a clean lap in. Chan looks like he's going for a flyer here, but he's got a lot of traffic in front of him. Hopefully he gets through it.
He ditched his flyer. We'll go again
Chan has
here.
to navigate the RB. Does it smoothly, so it should be able to finish his lap here.
Yeah, you had a good call there earlier, Normie. A few of them should have came in with about 5 to go. It would be a lot less crowded, and they would have had their lap in. Now everybody's going to have to try and maneuver through
Yeah.
and make sure they don't get into
Chan
anyone
improves
else.
by 6/10 to 7th place. And yeah, we now have 15 cars on track, so going to be very crowded. DeMeo and Slurp both going at a snail's pace here in Sector 3.
Watch out for Cole, that he has to put up a good lap down here.
He does. Chan retires.
Chan just retired, yeah.
As Cole looks like he's in decent position to get a flyer. Nobody in front of him, so should get a clean lap in. As long as he doesn't make a mistake. He's being closely followed by a Williams. That's Banjo. Banjo in third, 117.4. He is also on a flyer. DeMeo just taking the green. Slurp just behind him. As we're under a minute to go, every car on track except Aaron, who looks like he would not make a second run.
It looks like he was about to and then pulled into the pits
Cashford
when he was at
retires.
like 20% battery. It's weird.
NASCAR fan coming to the line. Here comes Cole out of the last corner. Needs a good lap here to get good grid position. Let's see what it's going to be for the McLaren of Cole. It's going to be third, fourth. Banjo just jumps him. 117.3 for Cole. Banjo improves to a 117.1. And that'll be the last runs for these two unless they go again, which I don't see. Cole might be.
Look at all the cars going for a hot lap. That's crazy.
10 seconds to go. This will be it. DeMeo has not improved through sectors 1 and 2 on his lap. JB jumps to 14th as the checker flag is now out. Cheesy Man is retired. He will not improve. Rooney just gets to the line in time. The eyes on DeMeo and Slurp, the top two in the championship, making their last runs. There's a lot of guys retiring now. And DeMeo, can he improve on his provisional pole time? He does by a 10th.5. Can Slurp match it? Can Slurp match it? It's going to be close. And no! DeMeo, that extra 10th is going to hold off the Ferrari of Slurp. Banjo is done. I believe it's just down to NASCAR fan Rooney, Logan, and Snowy here to see if they can knock DeMeo off of P1. NASCAR fan running the final corner, almost runs into the Sauber of Jake, who was crashed. Gets around it, though, and jumps to 4th.
Oh, but he jumps to 4th. Wow.
Wow.
Both Ferraris in the top 4.
Sean has backed out. So it's just Rooney and Logan left. Here comes Logan to the line. And it'll be a 118.1 for Logan, which jumps him to 9th, so good lap. And Rooney, here he comes to the line. 117.5 puts him to 7th
wow.
from
Nice.
12th.
What a game.
A great lap for
What a
Rooney,
game
who had a
from him.
difficult session. And just down to
He's
Sean,
the
who's
highest-
backed out. And that's going to
It's
do
the
it.
highest of the debut for Rooney in 7th, and then you have Skinny in 11th and Snowy in last.
Chan says
Even for
Rooney
the
wrecked
returners,
me.
too. Ahead of Castron and...
So that'll do it. DeMeo, the defending champion, puts it on pole in the season opener. I'm talking about top
No
of the
real
championship
surprise
last
with top
season.
two,
Yep,
yeah.
Slurp up there as well. Those two had a fantastic season-long battle last season for the championship. Looks like it's going to continue here. Banjo, third NASCAR fan who won the pole last season for this race, as I mentioned, is in 4th. Cole and Cheesy, McLaren 5 and 6. Rooney, a nice start for him, 7th place in his debut. Castron, his return is 8th. Chan 9th, Logan 10th, the two Mercedes drivers. Skinny 11th, McKinnon 12th. Aaron 13th, JB 14th. I didn't see the rest, but it's Sean and I think Jake and somebody else.
Snowy was 17th.
Snowy, yes.
And I don't know between Jake and Sean.
All right, so we need to pick some storylines here for tonight's race. Obviously, the debut of Season 6, new teams, the championship, defense of DeMeo starting, the rookies making their first starts. What's going to be the thing you guys follow the most closely?
We'll think off the bat, a Constructors' Championship is going to be really close this year. I heard Cheesy before the race really optimistic about him and his McLaren teammate of Cole. So they didn't qualify incredible, but Cheesy did. 5th and 6th for that team, but then the Ferraris had a great start, NASCAR fan YT. and
Yep, Ferrari
What?
2-4, McLaren 5-6.
I'm also looking for the Red Bulls there. Then I think later in the season they'll also be contender.
Josh, what about you? Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I want to see. Well, I'll say it after
DeMeo
we
and
go.
Slurp are
Lights
going
out
to
here.
lead them away. The lights are out and away we go. Season 6 is underway. DeMeo gets the jump on Slurp. They're side by side for third. Into turn 1, DeMeo leads them away. Banjo and NASCAR fan are side by side for third. There's a little bit of contact between the two. Can Banjo hold him off? He does for the moment. NASCAR fan's still there. The McLaren teammates are going at it for 5th and 6th. There's a lot of side-by-side racing. Banjo holds third. Cheesy Man and Cole still going at it for 5th and 6th. They're side-by-side behind him between Castron and Rooney as a lot of cars go off track. NASCAR fan jumps Banjo for third. And pretty clean sectors 1 and 2 it looks like as everyone gets away. The top two have already
Snowy
pulled
went
from
second away.
last to
There was
12th.
contact. Was that Cole with damage there possibly? Nope, Cole's clean.
I'm sorry. I think a game glitched there. I think it was Chan and Castron got together and it looked a whole lot worse. They were like sparking. I think that was just a lag glitch. They should be both fine.
Oh, what a move by Castron. His Cheesy Man missed the corner. He goes by. And here comes Rooney to the inside as well. Cheesy Man missed the apex there. Cost him 3 positions. Tries to go a little back. And there's contact between him and Chan. Goes off the gravel. That was a very deep dive by Cheesy Man. I'm not sure if he was unhappy about something or was that just missing a corner.
I think it was just a frustration corner.
Wow. And Cheesy Man in the grass again. Snowy in the grass behind him as well. There's a... Banjo was sideways in the... Oh my goodness. In Sector 3, Banjo. And Chan is out of the race. Oh, a hard crash, and that's a lap 1 safety car as JB has to take avoiding action. My goodness, that was not pretty at all.
I'm surprised. I thought all of the action, most of the action, was going to be in that first part of the corner, first part of the lap, and that's where it was all going to even out. It was a good start. They kept it clean, and then those last couple of corners, it all went into chaos.
Yeah, I was shocked it stayed clean as long as it did with that many people going into a corner. I thought we'd have some really early going on, but they almost made a whole lap. So.
Chan not happy with Cheesy at all. As McKinnon.
McKinnon gets a 10.
Oh, starting the season off
Dream
on
season
par
for
with
McKinnon. First the spin counter last week, and now a 10-second on lap 2 of race 1.
So Banjo started third, and 1 lap has fallen from 3rd to 15th after the spin. Does not have damage.
I didn't see what happened to him because I was looking farther back. I just saw him off the track. I don't know.
And Banjo is saying he and Cole got together, which caused him to spin. So, lot of action.
Well,
and then,
how about this?
Sean,
Rooney up into 5th.
Yeah, Rooney, what a start for him.
He had it. He didn't have a
I think
good
all the
start
debut
off the
people
rip.
gained some spots. Because he's up to
Yeah.
5th, and Skinny went from 11th to 7th, and Snowy went from 17th
and Skinny
to 12th.
just sped on pit road. Oh,
I
man.
wonder if he knew.
And Chan saying that Sean was slow in the final corner, and then Chan ran into him, ran into the wall. So it'll be Chan not even completing a lap here in the season opener. Not what he or Mercedes wanted at all.
I think heck of a job. Give it to Rooney. He didn't have an incredible start. I believe he lost a position or two off the first corner, but then what?
Uh-oh.
And then he just poofed away.
What
okay,
happened
He's
there?
going back up.
Okay, he'll get it back.
I just saw him disappear. I was like, whoa, where did he go?
So lap 2 safety car, we saw Skiddy and JB come in. I'm surprised we didn't see Banjo pit, because I imagine his tires are probably on fire. But DeMeo and
Is he just gonna be
Slurp,
in 9th?
DeMeo and Slurp are the
That's
only
weird.
2 people to be where they started in this race, 1st and 2nd. And what is happening with Rooney
Back to
here?
13th. I don't know what's happened.
Yeah, so something's up with that. He was 5th and dropped to 9th and now dropped to
Oh, and
13th. I don't
It
know
looks like
what's
the
going
game's
on.
not even letting him get back because he's.
I
Oh, look
am-
at that.
Oh my god, he almost ran into the back of Sean. and just cut
What
across
is
the
going
nose of
on?
the Alpine. What in the world is happening here?
Antics.
My goodness.
This is where it would be good to see what
So
they're seeing on their
I guess
screens,
Rooney
because I don't know
is
what.
stuck in P12. I'm not entirely sure.
Well, that's unfortunate. I don't know what happened there.
So
And
still seeing nobody else come into the pits. I imagine not a surprise considering how many spots you would lose. JB is back in again to go into hard
Cheesy needs to
tires.
count his blessings, because the fact that he's scored in 7th right now, I can't believe that. He had a horrible set of corners.
Yeah, and some major
But-
contact with Chan.
Yeah.
So Chan not happy with Cheesy or Sean, and then McKinnon saying Snowy wouldn't pass, and that gave McKinnon the 10-second penalty. So we'll probably have to look into that after the race to see if that stands or not. But a lot of action.
Well, he'll still have to pit, so it'll serve under the pit, but we'll just have to see about, like, the rest of the race.
So the field back together, we should probably go back racing this time. The front of the field is the only place where it was tame at the start. And just going through, Castron and Logan both have fantastic starts. Up to 5th and 6th, 3 spots with 4 spots gained. McKinney and Aaron. Snowy started dead last, is already P10 after 1 racing lap. Sean up 5 spots. Rooney, we're not sure what's happening with him as Banjo just lagged out, I believe. Just as we're coming to the safety car end. So it'll be DeMeo versus the 2 Ferraris, Cole and Castron, to kick off what we'll hope is a clean run. Coming to 25 laps to go. We'll jump on board with him to see when he decides to hit the gas. Still not going, still not going. There he goes. And what a jump he got. DeMeo gets away by half a second as Slurp did not get a great start. He's going to potentially be under pressure from his teammate. They go into turn number 1. Side by side between McKinnon and Cheesy Man. Cheesy Man holds it around the
Oh, into the
outside.
grass behind him.
Oh, who is that? That's Sean and who else? Banjo was involved again, I believe. And Rooney now falls all the way to 16th place as there's a Sauber off. That's Jake in the grass.
Pull
And
up
off
into
track
the podium
again.
positions.
So yep, Cole passes the Ferrari NASCAR fan for P3. Battle for the last point spot shaping up here as here comes JBD inside. JB restarted 16th and is now into the points already. And Slurp
Yeah,
just
and he's
takes
on the
lead.
hards.
Slurp takes the lead away from DeMeo in sector number 2. First lead change of the day. As JB now continues to be on the move, now passing Cheesy Man, going for 8th now, and Aaron as well. JB smooth with a fantastic retard. There's contact between him and Aaron. Clears him nonetheless, and that
He's
is
not wasting any
that
time.
is
He's on
9
new
spots
hards.
in 1 lap for the Red Bull. Fantastic start. DRS now enabled. Slurp leads them.
Spun the tires off that corner, though. It's not fully up to...
As Cheesy's into
Enough
the pits,
yet.
Jake is as well. I believe they both have damage. Nope, Cheesy Man not getting repairs even though he's missing an end plate. So not the start of the season he was looking for either. We have a top
Neither
5
The cards are under
breakaway.
a blanket, yeah.
Jake just missing part of the half of the wing, and he doesn't
Yeah.
gonna drive like that.
So we have top 5 have broken away. Then you have Logan McKinnon in 6th and 7th. As Banjo's out! Banjo's out of the race! And that's going to be... I'm not sure if it's a safety car yet.
So it's just a caution for now. It looks like it
Just
might hold like
yellows,
that.
and there you see... Looks like he called it on his own because his AI is still driving. And that's going to
wasn't a
be
crash.
Banjo...
He wasn't feeling the greatest.
Banjo 4th in points. Yeah, we mentioned he was under the weather. Not going to be the start he wanted. Slurp still leads. Cole is taken second from DeMeo now. As we come to complete lap number 6, lot of action here in the opening laps as we see new fastest laps, and there goes Castron taking P1 from in the fastest lap category.
He was riding that DRS train.
Cole with DRS. He and Slurp at the front. No surprises there. Yellow's out in Sector 1. And that's, I believe, for the RV of Snowy. Banjo back in the session now, just to spectate, I believe. Oh, Banjo says his AI retired on its own. Oh, that sucks for him. As here comes Cole for the lead. And he clears him before the left-hander, so Cole started 5th, is now up to 1st. Cole DNF'd in this race last season, looking for redemption. He pulls out to a half-second lead already on the Ferrari of Slurp. It's DeMeo now down to 3rd, NASCAR fan 4th, and oh, there was a checkup there. These guys have pulled 4 seconds on Logan, who continues to battle with the Kenyan for 6th place. JB in 8th. Aaron 9th. Skinny in his debut in 10th. As here he comes to the pits, actually. Gonna promote Sean up to P10. Snowy in as well, so 2 of our rookies coming in here to the pits.
It's a second pit for Skinny.
I believe Snowy's been in already as well.
Ooh,
Nope, this will be
Slurp
Snowy's
almost
first
just
stop.
hit the wall there.
Slurp almost
Skinny's
into
gonna
the
serve
wall.
his penalty.
Better to do that now than
And
later.
took a wing. He had wing damage.
Yeah, I kind of have my eye on JB Smooth because he already did his tire change. He already pitted, and he's on the hards. I think he's the highest one that won't. Well, I don't know how long the hards will last, but if they can make it, he's in a really good spot.
Yeah, I
Because
think
everyone
he
in front of him
needed
is going to have to pit.
he needed that
Kenyan-
safety car to come a few laps later, and he would be sitting pretty. But I think he's got to pit one more time, maybe to sauce
Yeah,
at the end or
now how
something.
long really the tires will last.
But that'll still be an advantage, though. The soft tires at the end of the race.
Yeah, and if not, a fastest lap
Castron in.
opportunity right at the end.
Castro started on mediums. Oh, that was close. I do not know how he didn't speed there. So Castron was with the lead pack in the top 5, and oh, he's getting a wing change. And hard tires. So that's going to set him back a ways. Probably why he pitted early. But he was with the leaders, as I mentioned, so not going to be the end of the world. But now he's going to have to work through some traffic.
The top 4 have all
Yellows are out,
won
and
Formula
Jake is
Costco
around for
championships
3.
too. Fun fact. Top 4 have all won championships in the league.
They have.
That's all of our champions in the top 4.
Slurp has 2, the other 3 each have 1. Everyone besides Slurp looking to become a 2-time champion this season. Slurp looking for 3.
Some might call NASCAR fan might choose a Mickey championship, but they're all champions.
Champion is a champion, nonetheless.
He was like
I'm getting
Ken's
spammed by Banjo.
consistent enough.
There is
Heroes Gaming, Jake.
a chat-wide movement to restart the race.
I can't imagine who started that movement.
Banjo and Chan. Wonder where
Oh,
they're running. Oh
yeah.
wait, they DNF'd.
Oh, their names are grayed out. I can't tell.
On lap number 10 of 29. Top 4 have pulled away now as Castron had to come in to get wing repairs as here comes Rooney, who has had a very up and down first race in Formula Costco. He is in to get hard tires on the Sauber, And away he goes. So that means it's not been a great start for our rookies. Snowy, the highest of them, in P12. It's Cheesy and Castron together in 10th and 11th, trying to make up for ground that they lost.
Yeah, some voodoo spirits took over Rooney under the first safety car, and it's been worse since then.
Cole continues to lead as we take 19 laps to go. I think we're seeing just the top 4 playing it safe as... Nope, actually, it's the top 3 as NASCAR fan has lost those guys by about 2 seconds.
He is on hards, though.
Right. Lead NASCAR fan, one of the lone drivers that started this race on hards. There you see it on the ticker. Top 3 on mediums. NASCAR fan hards, McKinnon, Logan, mediums. JB pitted for hards on their safety car, and then Aaron and Sean both on mediums. Everyone behind Sean has made a pit stop in the race.
Yeah, but keep in mind, despite it saying 4-lap mediums for Skinny, those are mediums he took off under the safety car, I believe, and then put back on later to serve his penalty.
So basically fresh, as JB continues his very impressive climb all the way up to 6th after restarting at the back under the safety car. What a drive it's been for the Red Bull. DeMayo's going to be very happy for that, as JB filling in for Rowdy, who was unable to make it tonight. And looks like JB's going to be in position to pick up good points here for the Constructors' Championship fight. Stono moves to the front, Slurp just continuing to follow Cole as Jake is out! And will that be a safety car? There you saw Jake just going slowly in Sector 2. I believe that's not going to be a safety car because he is still going.
Same situations, Banjo. Maybe his car might... Oh, it did stop.
Supposedly everyone is on board with restarting.
Man, I gotta go to bed.
We're like halfway through already.
I'm not sure. Slurp and Cole are the only ones that say don't restart.
That would make
I'm
sense.
not sure. I'm not sure what to do about this. I don't think we can restart. We're basically halfway through the race. Even though Banjo did get screwed because he said he was just trying to invite Chan back and then lagged out and then his AI retired. I don't think we can do that for one person. I don't know. Still got a race to focus on for now, though. Cole still leading. Top 3 still well gone from the rest of the field. Not really sure what to do about the action here because everyone's talking about not finishing the session. I'm not sure, but
I don't know. Well, if this does end up happening either way, looks like we would start it halfway. So this is still battle for position for
but
the
here
lead.
comes Slurp for the top spot. He takes it away from Cole. First lead change we've seen in a while. DeMayo thought about following him, but did not. McKinnon into the pits. McKinnon serving his penalty as well here. He's going to drop well down the order. Logan is in, so is Sean. Sean off of pit road now, P11. Cashton, the highest of the people who have pitted, in 7th place. As the top 3 are all now into the pit lane. Cole, Slurp, DeMeo all in. Let's see, these pit stops going to be crucial.
Possibly leaving to restart it, and the top 3 leaders all went down pit road like it's a normal strategy.
So all 3 of them out in the same order, as NASCAR fan stays out and takes the lead. Castron jumps Aaron, who comes in for hards. JB now promoted to 5th after all this. And he already made that pit stop, so we'll see if he has to pit again, but he's in good position. And DeMeo lost a lot of time in the pits there. He is now 3 seconds behind Slurp and Cole.
Both Alpines got to under 2/10 there, but then stretched out off this corner. Both running near each other.
Cole says we are not restarting. I'm going to believe what he says. NASCAR fan is in. And we're just coming to halfway this lap. And Cole will be promoted back to P1. NASCAR fan exits the pits. I believe he is going to be just behind JB Smoot, who takes 4th away. So Cole now the leader, Slurp 2nd, DeMeo 3rd, JB 4th, NASCAR fan 5th, Castron, Cheesy Man, Logan, McKinnon, Aaron. Your point scores so far. And Skinny 11th, Rooney 12th, Sean 13th, Snowy 14th. I believe everyone has made a pit stop now.
Yeah, and I think the DRS train just ruined JBS's pretty good strategy there, because they gained so much time just getting DRS off each other, penalty for Rooney, but he wasn't able to really gain off that a ton. He'll still get a good finish though. I think he'll pit for, I would guess, he'll have to pit later on for softs, and then he'll have a shot at a fastest lap. But he keeps spinning the tires off these last couple corners every lap.
Cole takes fastest lap as well. Sage Slurp continued to distance themselves from DeMeo. So it looks like it's going to be another Cole versus Slurp battle here if we stay green to the end. Slurp about 60% battery, Cole 25. They're both pushing here. Cole's still trying to get away using ERS down the straightaway. Slurp not pushing. And here comes the Ferrari all the way up to the back of McLaren. Into the chicane. And the rest of the field is spread out from each other. The only battle currently going on is for the win. Coming to 12 laps to go.
These guys will probably go to the
Oh,
end.
yellows. That's the Sauber.
Rooney spun
VSC
out.
is out. Rooney is completely missing his front wing. And that's a virtual safety car. See if it's converted to full course or not. JB going to take advantage of this and come to the pits. Castron as well.
Looks like
Cheesy Man as well.
Shawn
Castron
was ahead
speeds
of
in the
him.
pits. Oh,
Oh.
man. He was having such a great run. And that's going to foil it. Still under VSC, not full course here. As more people
so
come
JBS
in.
pitting for, sorry, he's pitting for those 1 laps he had before that safety car that he pitted for those hards.
Still under only
Not going on to
VSC, but it's
softs.
still continuing, which is giving these guys an advantage. Logan has been promoted to 5th after all the guys in front of him pitted. That was Castron, Aaron, Cheesy Man. Rooney, of course, in with the wing damage. Snowy back in. I believe McKinnon just pitted as well. And there it is, VSC ending. And that works out pretty good for JB and the others, because they got their entire pit cycle completed under safety car conditions. They're not going to get to
that
catch
was
up,
huge for those guys.
but still huge for them. And now JB has fresh mediums to go attack with at the end of this race, trying to get back up to where he was.
I mean, and you just look at the map, a full map of the track, and you see how much that DRS train, the top 4, meant. I mean, they are miles ahead of the rest of the field.
DeMeo was
20
close
seconds
to 2.5
from 4th to
seconds,
5th.
but still a long way to go to catch the top 2. Slurb now has the lap car of Rooney in front of him, which will aid him with DRS if Slurb does try to decide to challenge, but just as I say that, Rooney gets out of the way. DeMeo will now have to navigate around the lap car. And looking at the gaps, we see there's going to be a battle for 10th shaping up, as there's actually a battle for 11th going on, as McKinnon is going to go by Sean McKinnon just out of pit road with new medium tires up
wide
to
in that
11th. And we'll look to get by the Haas of Skinny here for the last points paying position. And it's Castron and JB both on fresh tires, trying to make up any ground they can. Yellow's in Sector 3.
It'd just be Rooney again.
Yep, I believe just moving out of people's ways. Cole and Slurp still tight at the hip as we're under 10 laps to go now in Australia. A lot of storylines have been played out, some we didn't expect, like the struggles of Banjo and the struggles of Chan.
Oh. Skinny almost wrecked it there, trying to defend that point spot to McKinnon.
Go on board with this battle. Skinny goes high, and McKinnon thinks about a move. McKinnon trying to switch back. Skinny being very aggressive blocking. But McKinnon is going to have the DRS, but it's not going to matter. He's going to be the inside anyway. Going to activate ERS, and will take 10th away. Alpino McKinnon into the points. His teammate Aaron runs 8th right now. McKinnon lost a lot of time because of that 10-second penalty he got for ignoring yellow flags. Jumping up back on board with the leaders as we come to 9 laps to go. They're both saving all their battery for the end. Let's see if Slurp decides to make a run at it early. Does not look like it. They're still well ahead of DeMeo. NASCAR fan 5.5 pack of him. As JB has now caught Logan for 5th place. It's been a very impressive race for JB. Did not get a great qualifying, did not get a great start, had the early pit stop, and then just drove his way through the field.
Might be able to get up into 5th if he can run down Logan.
Well inside of DRS of the Mercedes driver now. As, oh, half spins it. Nice save from the Red Bull there.
I think that's his biggest problem. He's spun the tires off a lot of these corners.
Being very aggressive. Yellow's in Sector 1 again. That's the Haas. I believe Skinny is slow. Yes, it is. Keeps going. No safety car. And barring a sudden change, I don't think we're going to see any of our rookies score points tonight, which is kind of a shame. But that shows them that it's not going to be easy in this league. Can't just come in here and immediately compete for wins.
It looks so promising off that first safety car.
It did.
Maybe he's going to get 6th, or 5th, sorry.
Yep, Logan lets them go by, and JB is back up into the top 5. Don't think he's going to get it. Oh, don't think he's going to get any higher as he locked it up there. Now tries to push away from Logan, who is going to have company from
now
Castron
Castron's in
here
the
soon.
mix too.
Castron does have that 10-second
And
penalty.
Cheesy's catching Aaron for 8th.
Yep, it'll be Cheesy Man. Aaron blocks low. Cheesy goes high to the outside, and Cheesy Man will clear them before they get to turn 1, so Cheesy Man up to 8th. Cheesy had a rough start with this race, but doing the best he can to recover back up to the top 8. His teammate Cole still leads as we come to 7 to go. As Rooney's out.
Oh, Rooney.
Safety car is in the air. And
That-
that's going
that
to
will
change the
change
entire
things.
complexion.
And perfect timing
yeah.
on a pit stop.
Absolute
from
perfect
Skinny.
timing for the leaders. They were just coming out of the second to last turn.
Oh, sorry. They were pitting too. My bad.
So
Looking at the
gonna-
rookie Skinny also coming out of the pit road as that was happening.
Going to reset
won't
the
have to
order. As the top 4 all come in, I imagine we'll see everybody in.
And everybody that pitted there is on the softs except Mayo in the
For
top
I was-
7 or 8.
I was gonna hold off and see what other people are gonna do, but yeah, only one other person looks like. Aaron's also gonna go
Yeah,
medium.
DeMayo and Aaron on mediums.
DeMayo I'm interested in. Because he's going to have to contend with all these guys behind him who are on the softer compound. And we're only going to have 4 or 5 laps to go when we go green. I'm not sure if that was the right call.
I'm telling you, I like Cole here with a soft tire in the lead
Yeah,
on a
me
late
too.
race restart in a safety car.
Slurp won the exhibition in Baku last week. Is going to have a chance to win the opener.
Yeah, they currently have a lap car between them. Of
Snowy.
Snowy is in between them.
I believe they should let Snowy pass before we go green, but it's going to be a minute as you see the field is really spread out.
Oh,
Late race restart. Here comes
Oh,
DeMayo back
DeMayo
in.
pits.
This is going to lose him some
Maybe.
positions here.
yeah, he thought
Maybe
better.
now we'll put on some
Yeah.
softs. See if there'll be a lap.
Yeah, it's better
if
to
a lap
make the change
pressure
than
makes
not,
a
but I
difference.
believe he's going to get passed by, JB and Logan, and potentially Cheesy Man here as well. Let's see if he's able to stay in 6th. I don't think so. And yes, he is, actually. So DeMayo loses 3 spots as a result of pitting again, but he thought better of the medium strategy, which is going to promote NASCAR fan to 3rd, JB to 4th, Logan to 5th.
Who
And
was
he'll
it
have the
that said
freshest tire from
JB
the
Smooth
field.
was getting a podium before this race? They might have been on to something.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure. Well, That very well could come to light here. That was Cole that said JB podium. He's one spot away from it.
Crazy.
Does Logan have a
Well, hey,
podium in this league? I'm trying to remember.
I don't know if he does or not. I'd have to look.
This would for sure be JB's first career podium. Logan, I'm not sure.
For the race.
Cheesy Man, of course, that's been the story for
for.
him is he has no podiums. He's gonna have some work to do to get there,
Surely we all remember that.
3 teams to look for before the season. I mentioned before the
JB
race.
Smoove is sad because he thinks he is going to die.
Hope that's not the case. Still not going to go this time. I believe we might be able to go this time, but safety cars, it will be a really late call for the safety car to go in. And
Am I good now?
So, oh no, wow, that's really late.
Never mind,
okay.
we're going out. Okay, never mind.
Safety car is in, so
Holy
5
wait.
laps to
That
go.
was-
We'll get 5 laps of racing if it stays clean. So there's a lap car between the top 2, which is Snowy, and that's going to allow Cole to get a huge jump as the field is really checked up. Oh, there's a crash! That's McKinnon and
McKinnon's
around.
dead.
He's in the wall. He's out of the race after a huge stack up. Oh my goodness. And McKinnon was in position for points. He was in 8th, and now is going to be out of the race. That is terrible. A big stack up causes a massive wreck. And that's another DNF. Shot up into the points now, as that allowed Cole to get a 0.8 of a second lead. JB still hangs in 4th. NASCAR fan still 3rd. Logan still 5th. DeMeo still 6th. Oh, Logan and DeMeo. That was close quarters racing. DeMeo trying to make up all the ground he can right here. Trying to go to the outside of Logan for 5th place. Yellows are out again in sector number 2. As DeMeo takes 5th from Logan, they're still going to be side by side. Can DeMeo clear him? Yes, he does.
JB Smoove's looking for 3rd.
Cheesy trying to follow him through. The top 2 have once again pulled away, so it's still going to be Cole versus Slurp, but we have a battle on for the podium between a multitude of drivers right here. NASCAR fan trying to hold them all back. 4 laps to go. Slurp trying to run Cole back down. He has done that successfully. He will get DRS this lap. Now DeMeo looking to go around his teammate of JB here. Contact in the final corner. And JB going to let DeMeo by. Good move for the teammate as Slurp takes the fastest lap. DeMeo clears JB for 4th place. Here comes Logan with potentially a look. He thought about it. That would have been a really aggressive move. Cheesy Man looking for that spot as well, looking for 6th place. Skinny is into the pits again. As we check in back on front, Cole leads by 0.6 of a second. Coming to 3 laps to go.
Slurp just ran the fastest lap, the last lap, and is currently trending. He was almost a 10th faster through Sector 1 this time around.
Logan going wide in front of Cheesy there.
Checking back in with this battle. Cheesy trying to go to the inside. Logan tries to block all this contact.
Oh.
Cheesy's in the wall. And Logan with the run is going to try to take 5th from DeMeo after all that. Or sorry, that's JB.
That's JB Smoove, yeah.
Cheesy
DeMeo's
not gonna
all
be happy
over
about
NASCAR fan.
And there goes DeMeo for 3rd. To the inside of the Ferrari, he takes it away. So DeMeo has recovered up to P3 after losing spots for pitting again. But he's going to have a lot of work to do to catch the front 2, as Castron has not had a good safety car restart. He is now down to 10th place. I believe he restarted 6th or 7th. JB has fallen to 6th, and Castron's into the pits, as we see JB going for 5th on Logan. Close as Logan's at the grass, trying to keep it going. Cheesy trying to go around both of them. He passes Logan. Does not have a shot at JB, but that is good for him. There's a big fight for 5th going on as Castron came back in for another set of soft tires.
DeMeo's gaining. I don't know if he has enough time, but he's cut about half a second off since he passed NASCAR fan.
He's going to need some
Oh,
major contact
JB
between the
goes
two.
off.
Oh, JB's off. He comes back on, but Cheesy jumps to 5th, Logan to 6th. JB trying to hold any positions he can, and Logan's going to clear him for 6th. This battle rages on for the final spot in the top 5. As, oh man, look how close they are through that corner. DeMeo lost a lot of time there as he's still trying to fend off NASCAR Fan for the last podium spot. Coming to 2 to go, it's Cole versus Slurp, a familiar story up front. Both of these guys had bad endings in Australia last season. Both of them have rebounded and dominated this race. Now one of them is 2 laps away from winning it. The question is who? Slurp has the DRS, but still they are both saving a lot of battery. Slurp has 7% more, but it's 4/10 back. DeMeo holds off NASCAR Fan for 3rd through the straightaway. The battle's still going to be for 5th, 6th, and 7th, and Aaron has now joined that battle as he is in 8th. There you see the 4 cars together. We have a battle for the win, we have a battle for the last podium spot, we have a battle for 5th through 8th as well. So a lot to decide here in the last lap and a half. Slurp with the DRS. We're seeing Cole and Slurp start to push a little bit more than they were before as we're coming down to the wire. They're all going to have to use all their battery on the last lap. DeMeo's still holding off the Ferrari of NASCAR Fan. Slurp now to full charge on his battery. I believe he's probably going to go for a move here down the front straightaway. That's probably his best shot. Saving all the battery he can for that. Cole's also full. Slurp half a second back. It's Cole versus Slurp, another classic battle. As the white flag is in the air, 1 more lap to go in the season opener from Australia. Slurp is not pushing yet. He is not making that
battery
move.
there.
He barely used any. Through turns 1 and 2, Cole holds him off by 0.3 of a second. Slurp with DRS again, but still saving his battery. When is he going to make that move? Maybe sector 2 into that really fast chicane. That's probably his best shot.
He just has to stay in range.
Still half a second back. Through sector 1. Cole still leads by half a second.
Oh, here it is. He's
Here
dumping
he goes.
it.
Here's all the battery, but Cole's using all his as well. They're both dumping all the ERS. Slurp's going to have the DRS, but is he close enough to have time? He's gaining a lot. He's gaining a lot. Here he comes to the back bumper of the McLaren. Cole blocks him. 1 sector to go. Who's it going to be? Slurp is out of battery. Cole's also out of battery. Slurp has the DRS, though. Can he make one more move? He's going to try to fly around the outside. He's there side by side. 2 quarters to go. Slurp's there still.
Oh, my goodness.
They're still side by side. Cole clears them. 2 quarters left. Slurp gives him the bump. Slurp to the inside. Here we go. And there's contact between Cole and Slurp. Cole is able to clear him and keep the lead. 1 more quarter to go. Slurp gets there, but it's not going to be enough. And off the final corner, Cole East Gamer starts season 6 with a bang. He wins in Australia.
What a finish. Wow.
Another
Those two
fantastic
always
battle
have great finishes.
between Cole and Slurp. DeMeo holds NASCAR Fan off for the final podium spot. NASCAR Fan, a great drive from him, is in 4th. And JV Smooth, top 5, a great day for him. Aaron 6th, Cheesy Man 7th, Logan 8th.
Yeah, if
Sean will
JP
come
Smooth's
home
not
ninth.
Driver of the day, I'll be surprised.
He deserves it. He had a
He had
fantastic
a really
race.
good race.
And Castron will finish in the last points paying position. Then you have Skinny coming home 11th. It'll be Snowy P12. And Cole gets it done. And I believe we're going to try to talk to the entire podium tonight. We're going to try something new this season. So let's try to get Slurp, Cole, and DeMeo in here. Welcome, Cole. I'm going to interview the top 3. So
Oh shit, Slayer's here too! No way! No way!
wait
my
on
fastest
DeMeo
lap.
to join.
Motherfucker.
All right, so making this up on the fly. So once DeMeo joins, we'll get him interviewed. I
Wishes
think
cursed.
let's each take one driver once he gets here. So Josh, if you want to
I
interview
want
DeMeo, Potato, you want to
I
interview
want
Slurp, and
Normie.
I'll interview Cole.
Let's go.
All right, DeMeo, Slurp, Cole, make sure your audio is included, and Josh, I'll let you take it away interviewing DeMeo.
Hi, DeMeo.
Hi, Josh.
So, anyways, I guess I have to think of a question, or at least a question. So,
Indeed.
towards the end there, you were on the mediums and came back into the pits and took the softs that were a lap newer. But that
Mhm.
dropped you to 6. Do you think if you would have been on the medium or on the mediums, on the softs, up with Slurp and Cole instead of back in 6th, would you have added anything for them at the end?
I think I definitely could have had something. It was just a strategical error on my part. I figured the tires wore pretty bad, and I thought we'd get back going with like 6 or 7 laps, but it ended up taking a little longer than I thought, and I realized I'm probably gonna drop like a rock if I stay on the medium. So I decided to just come back in. Losing those spots definitely hurt me. Um, Barely even hung on for a podium, but not much I can do about it now, I guess. So it is what it is.
It's not a bad start to your championship defense from last season on the podium. I think you finished on the podium all but one race last season, so you're on a bit of a tear as far as that goes. But you were threatened this time around by NASCAR fan. We kind of had eyes on the battle for the win, and then somebody was on the battle for third, and then we had a battle for fifth going on, and it was just all over the place with everybody. And yeah, it was good racing all around. I don't have another question, so I'll just say congrats on the podium. And I don't know where we're at next week, but
Bahrain.
Bahrain.
um, Bahrain. Thanks. I should
Based.
probably know that, but I don't. Um, but best of luck to you there as well.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
All right, Potato, you're up interviewing Slurp for second place.
Okay, Slorp 74 had a great race. Wait, he's here, right? Okay, you're here, right? Is he? He hasn't said anything.
Should
I'm
be.
Yeah,
here.
he's
Okay,
here.
okay. My bad, my bad, my bad. Slorp
I'm
74.
here.
You had a great race. What do you think you could have done different on that final lap with when you employed that DRS or ERS? Sorry.
So, on the long backstretch, the curvy one into the chicane, I honestly thought I had lost it completely. I thought Cole had pulled a big enough gap, but out of nowhere, the DRS and my ERS pulled me a lot closer to him than I thought, and it startled me, and I didn't know what to do with it. And I think my fatal flaw was letting him get away that much on the last lap. I was just for the last since the safety car restart, and I saw I had a gap to third. I was just chilling, and I didn't really realize how far Cole was ahead of me entering the final lap, and I should have done more to be closer with him. And I think that's what screwed me. And then tried to go to the outside. Cole gave me room, I guess, and it was a good battle. And entering the last like hard left-hander, I broke a little too early, not really giving myself a chance to really dive bomb, and was only at his quarter panel, and I just couldn't do anything from there on out.
So how do you feel about your Ferrari team's chances at a constructors championship after this good start to the season here?
I was a little worried coming into the season because I didn't, I don't, fuck. Uh, I didn't think NASCAR fan would show up to every race, but if he does, I feel like we have a very strong chance. He put in a great effort today. A shout out to him. He did a wonderful job. I love him. and I think Ferrari has the best chance at the constructors right now.
Interesting take.
Who are you?
That's
right.
all I've got for Slurp 79.
All right. Well, we'll move into Cole, the winner. Cole, you did not have the
Cole,
best
the
of luck in
winner.
Australia last season, but this season you start off
Nope.
the season with a win, and that's a great start for you. How are you feeling after that one?
I feel great. I was really concerned we were gonna restart for some reason. When the exact same thing happened to me last season and we didn't restart, and but you know, at the end of the day, we didn't, so it didn't really matter. And the race was really good. Well, I mean, really good to stretch, but I mean, me and Slurp and DeMeo for the first half. I mean, we kept it clean. We were battling nice. Just swapping the lead. Not even actually. They were kind of just sitting in line, but. That final safety car, me and Sir were talking about, we're like, oh, we're happy that everybody racing, everybody's clean and nice. None of the new guys are causing safety cars, and maybe 30 seconds later, a safety car comes out. Um, and there was a debate whether they go on soft or mediums. So like, I don't even blame DeMeo for going on mediums because it was like lap 21, so it was like not the easiest decision, but I guess the softs worked. Um, and I stayed ahead of Slurp as much as possible at the end, and just kept the gap. He like you said, he startled me because he got really close out of nowhere on the second to last DRS stretch, and then but yeah, I think we kept it clean. I tried to give him as much room as possible, and yeah, we didn't wreck, so I'll take it.
Starting off with a win is always nice, and we're going to Bahrain next week, one we haven't seen on the schedule in a little bit. So, how do you feel going
I won the last two races.
into that race?
Um, so I think we've had 3 races there.
I just lied. Never mind. Ignore that.
I think we've had 3 races there. The first race I spun in the last corner on the last lap. The second race I had wing damage from the very start. Wait, that might have been the third race. I don't know what happened in the second race. For the third race, I had wing damage from the very start and still finished second. So I like my chances kind of, but I know DeMeo and Rowdy are both very good there, and Slurp's obviously good everywhere. So it's gonna be tough, but see what I can do.
All right, well, Cole, congratulations on your win. Congratulations on holding off Slurp at the end there, and yeah, it was a fun race. And like we mentioned, we will be at Bahrain next week, which we've seen provide us with some thrilling finishes before, and hope for the more of the same next week. Great way to open the season. Having 17 was awesome. Hopefully the attendance keeps up next week, and hopefully we will see all of you back next week when we go to Bahrain. And yeah, that's it. Cole's your winner from Australia. We'll see you guys in Bahrain.